Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with Wyoming Gun Owners. It has been 5 days since session adjourned here in Cheyenne. 5 days since WIGO members like you helped us put Senate File 109 and House Bill 125 on Governor Gordon's desk. And as of yet, we have not heard anything either direction from the governor besides the standard response, which is, I'll examine all the bills that are placed upon my desk. The governor is signing lots of other bills into law during these past 5 days, but he has not taken any action on these two critical gun bills. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to break down what's going on and what the bills do and the timing and everything else. But I'm going to tell you right now, we are going in this video to release Governor Mark Gordon's candidate survey that he gave Wyoming gun owners in 2018 when he first ran to be governor, in which he promises in writing that if the legislature puts a bill on his desk to get rid of deadly gun-free zones, he would sign it. And I hope you guys can use that information and use this candidate survey so when you contact the governor's office, you can tell him in no uncertain terms you want him to keep his campaign promise. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're talking about Senate File 109. First, this bill is WIGO's bill to ban red flag gun seizures in Wyoming. Everyone knows how terrible these concepts are. Red flag laws shred the idea of due process. It allows a liberal judge, and we don't have anything but liberal judges right now in this country, to order the seizure of your firearms before you've been arrested or indicted or convicted of anything. It shreds your due process rights. And a lot of times it happens in secret court hearings you know nothing about until it's all over. And that's on purpose. WIGO's bill, Senate File 109, led by State Senator Bo Beitman, would ban red flags in Wyoming once and for all by requiring that a Wyomingite be convicted of a felony crime or other disqualifying event before his guns could ever be taken away by the government. It is a first of its kind in America right now. It's done. It passed the Senate 31-0, passed the House, I want to say 52-8 after we fought off 5 harmful amendments in a row. More on that in future videos. Don't have time for all of that right now. And that bill is on Governor Gordon's desk. The second bill is House Bill 125. You guys probably know what happened if you're getting our emails or seeing social media. This bill passed the House relatively easily. And then it gets to the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I was there testifying on behalf of WIGO members. And the minute testimony ended, the votes came down. This is a 5-person committee, no Democrats, all Republicans, and the committee killed it by a vote of 3-2. Killed it. The Moms Demand Action crowd, the Wham lobbyists, everybody else was cheering, jumping up and down. It was disgusting. The bill was dead in committee that night. But then the next day, WIGO's leading allies in the Senate got together and said, the heck with this. We're going to force this bill onto the floor for a vote by using procedural rules. They did that. That rule was upheld 16-15. And from there, we went on to block all the harmful amendments and pass the bill. And that bill also is now on Governor Gordon's desk. So the governor has 3 choices now when it comes to all these bills. Number 1, he can sign it, in which case they become law right away. Number 2, he can veto it. And if that happens, there is no way to override the veto because we are adjourned for the year here in Cheyenne. So we're done. The third option is he can take no action and allow the bill to become law by its own. This happens a lot with governors who do not want to veto a bill for political reasons, but don't want to sign a bill for the same political reasons. So Governor Matt Mead, for example, refused to sign Stand Your Ground law in 2018, but he did not veto it. That's option number 3 with these bills today and Governor Mark Gordon. We'd be okay with option number 1. We'd prefer option number 1, obviously, but we'd be okay with option number 3. The problem is that right now, option number 2, a gubernatorial veto on these bills, is a very, very real threat. Guys, I'm just going to be straight with you. A lot of gun owners believe that there is no gun control lobby here in Wyoming. A lot of folks believe there's nobody actually advocating against our gun rights in Cheyenne. That is absolutely false. Bloomberg's forces in Cheyenne are voluminous. Bad. The Teachers Association, teachers unions are working overtime to repeal HB 125 because it allows for firearms to be carried in the state capitol, on UW, and in our schools where we need them to stop would-be school shooters. They're also trying to kill the bill. So is the Association of Municipalities, WHAM. They're fighting very hard to kill the bill. And don't forget, we'd been here before. WIGO passed this identical bill in 2017. Representative Bo Beitman at the time, he's now Senator Bo Beitman, led that fight. We got it done. And then Governor Meade, as a thank you to all those anti-gun lobbyists I just mentioned, vetoed the bill. And that may happen again right now unless Governor Gordon hears from gun owners en masse across the state. You're going to see Governor Gordon's phone number in a few minutes. And beneath this video is an action link which allows you to email Governor Gordon automatically. And guys, I hope you do both. Call him, email him, make your voice heard. Don't give up because he's under a lot of pressure right now to veto not just one, but both of these bills. But that's why I wanted to make sure you guys had the same information that we have. You see, the benefit in having a state-level gun rights organization on the ground fighting not just for a fight, not just once in a while, but day in, day out for years upon years upon years, is that we build up a little bit of institutional memory, institutional history, and that certainly is the case when it comes to our candidate survey program. So I know it's been a couple years, but reset your mind. 6 years ago, just about, the 2018 gubernatorial primary, Matt Meade was on his way out. Thank God for that. Open seat primary. We had 6, I believe it was, Republicans vying for the GOP nomination. Of course, whoever wins the GOP nomination becomes the governor. So 6 candidates to become the next governor here in Wyoming. And guess how many of them signed their WIGO candidate survey 100% pro-gun? The answer is all of them. That also means that our current governor, Mark Gordon, surveyed 100% pro-gun with Wyoming gun owners. We're going to have a link beneath the video for you guys to see the actual PDF of the survey. But I'm going to put in the screen here for you right now the survey. I want you guys to pay careful attention to question number 1 and question number 2. Here it is. So as you can see, the top question deals exclusively with the issue of deadly gun-free zones. The question right there spells it out. How many schools have been attacked by madmen with firearms? And we asked the governor, if elected, would you sign into law legislation that repeals so-called gun-free zones in areas where the state has control, knowing they only benefit armed madmen who are looking to rack up a body count? Yes or no? And he said, yes, he would sign it. Guys, that is exactly what House Bill 125 does. That's exactly what it was designed to do. Governor Gordon has put his name on the dotted line. We'll show you in a few minutes here where he signed it. But question number 1, pretty clear. He promised he would sign this bill into law if elected governor. But also, I'll draw your attention to question number 2. Check this one out. If elected, would you veto red flag orders and similar legislation that would deny law-abiding gun owners their gun rights without due process through a court of law and without ever having been adjudicated as defective or convicted? And he says right there, yes, he would veto red flag gun seizures. Now, of course, SF 109 is not a red flag law. It's the opposite, right? We're banning red flag laws. And so, but it's pretty clear, indirectly, Governor Gordon has promised that he would also support our efforts to get rid of, to stop, to block, to ban red flag gun seizures here in Wyoming. He put his name on the dotted line, guys, and now it is time for him to keep his promise. You can look at your screen right now, and you'll see the last page of the survey. Signed right there, Mark Gordon. We have his name. We have everything here. We still have the original email, as a matter of fact, from when he sent it into our office via his staff back in 2018. So, guys, now it is time for the governor to earn his keep. Now it's time for Governor Gordon to do the right thing, to keep his word, to keep his campaign promise, and sign these bills into law, HB 125 and SF 109. But guys, again, the pressure is mounting big time on the governor to veto them. That's why I need you to call him and email the governor literally every single day. Don't just do it today and consider it done. Guys, call again and again and again and email him again and again and again and make sure he does the right thing for gun owners here in Wyoming. Now, some of you may be asking yourselves, well, what's the incentive? I mean, what's the point? I mean, he's done. He's termed out. He's got a couple years left, and he's done. Well, guys, I'll give you the incentive. I'll give you the reason. It is the worst kept secret in Cheyenne that Cynthia Lummis is not going to seek re-election. Now, am I saying that's 100% guarantee? No, but I'm saying it's the worst kept secret in the state capitol. Everybody expects her to to not seek re-election in 2026. And it is widely expected that Mark Gordon would then run for her seat to be our next United States Senator. And that, my friends, that is the incentive that Governor Gordon has to not piss off gun owners. So again, when you call him, and again, call him every day, not just once in a while. When you call him, just be polite, but be very direct with the staff and say, I have a copy of Governor Gordon's survey when he ran for governor in 2018. He promised in writing to support efforts to get rid of deadly gun-free zones and to stop red flag gun seizures in Wyoming. The bills are now on his desk. I want him to sign Senate File 109, House Bill 125 into law. If he does not, if he breaks his written promise to gun owners, we will remember that should he ever seek any sort of higher office down the road. Guys, that is your message. The information is right here. Again, beneath this video, you'll have the pre-written email. You'll have the governor's phone number. But you'll also have your copy of Governor Gordon's campaign survey where he said in writing he would support these efforts. So guys, make your voice heard, share the video, help us keep the pressure on high. The governor has until the 23rd to make a decision on these bills. So we have to keep the pressure on for quite some time. But if we are successful, we'll not only get rid of deadly gun-free zones, we'll be the first state in America to ban due process shredding red flag gun seizures. Guys, let's get it done.